After the most decisive days in human history, after the suffering of the cross and the victory of the resurrection, the disciples traveled to Galilee, to the mountain Jesus had designated. The road was quiet, yet heavy with meaning. Each step carried memories of fear, grief, confusion, and amazement. They had seen their teacher crucified, buried, and then raised from the dead. Now they were about to receive words that would define their lives and shape the future of the world. The mountain stood peacefully beneath an open sky. The air was clear, the land wide and calm, as if creation itself were bearing witness to what was about to unfold. When Jesus appeared before them, the moment felt both intimate and overwhelming. Some disciples immediately fell in worship, filled with awe and gratitude. Others hesitated, struggling to fully grasp the reality of the resurrection. Their doubt was not rebellion, but the honest response of human hearts facing divine glory. Jesus did not turn away from them. He came closer. With authority rooted in victory and love, he spoke words that echoed far beyond that mountain. All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. This declaration was final and absolute. Death had been defeated. Sin had been overcome. The powers that once ruled through fear no longer held control. Jesus stood as the risen Lord, possessing authority over creation, history, and eternity. Nothing existed outside his rule. From that authority flowed a mission unlike any the world had known. Jesus did not call his disciples to remain in a place of comfort or retreat into memory. He sent them outward. Faith was never meant to stay confined. It was designed to move, to reach, to transform. Go, he said. With that single command, the horizon expanded. The disciples were sent beyond Galilee, beyond Israel, beyond familiarity. Their mission was global and timeless. They were to make disciples of all nations, not simply listeners, but transformed people who would live by his teachings. Jesus instructed them to baptize in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. This act symbolized a new beginning, a public declaration of belonging to God, and a complete transformation of identity. Baptism was not an ending, but the doorway into a new life. He also commanded them to teach everything he had instructed. Faith was not meant to be shallow or temporary. It required growth, obedience, and daily surrender. Love for God and love for others were to be lived out, not merely spoken. Forgiveness, humility, perseverance, and truth would shape communities and hearts across generations. Jesus knew the weight of this mission. He understood human weakness, fear, and exhaustion. He knew the road ahead would include rejection, persecution, and sacrifice. That is why he concluded with a promise stronger than any challenge they would face. And surely, I am with you always, to the very end of the age. This promise became the foundation of the church. The disciples would not go alone. Even when unseen, his presence would remain constant. Through storms, prisons, deserts, and distant lands, Christ would walk with them. His presence was not limited by place or time. As the disciples descended from the mountain, they were no longer the same men who had once fled in fear. They were witnesses of resurrection. Their lives now carried eternal purpose. Every road they traveled, every city they entered, and every word they spoke would reflect the commission they had received. Through centuries, this mission crossed oceans and continents. It survived persecution, opposition, and silence. It was proclaimed in homes, whispered in secret gatherings, and declared openly in public squares. The message endured, not because of human power, but because it was sustained by divine authority. The Great Commission reminds us that faith is active. It moves outward. It reaches beyond comfort. It calls ordinary people to participate in God's eternal work. Every act of obedience becomes a seed planted for eternity. The mountain in Galilee belongs to history, but the calling remains alive. The story of the Great Commission continues wherever hearts choose to listen, believe, and follow. If this story spoke to you, follow and like to keep receiving content that strengthens faith and renews hope.